Hi everyone, and today we are going to have a simple session for beginners on how you can provide input to your Python code at runtime. There are two ways we usually do it. The first one is we prompt the user to provide input, and the second one is when we run our .py file, we pass the arguments along with it. So there are two ways and we'll cover them one by one. I'll be running this code first in Python 3.8 version that I have currently. But I have also opened up another terminal which has Python 2.7. So I'll show you the code is running there as well. So we'll use a simple function called input to prompt the user to pass the values. So let's say I'm planning to write a program where user is prompted to enter two numbers, and then this program provides the user the summation of those numbers. So I'll just write enter the first number, and whatever the user is entering, I will put it into number one variable. Then I'll prompt the user for the second number. So I'll prompt the user for number 2, the second number, and then I'll get the sum of these two numbers. So let's create a variable called sum value, and then let's do the summation of number 1 and number 2. So I'm typecasting both of them to integer, because if I don't do it, then what it will do, it will concatenate. I'll show you that thing as well. So let's print out the sum value. So let's run the program and see how it runs. So it is asking us for the first number, let's put 2, and it is asking us for the second number, let's put 3, and now it is giving us the value 5, which is the summation of 2 and 3. If I don't put int here, then it will provide me the concatenation. So I'll just run it again, and let's see, if I provide 1 and then I'll provide 2, and look, it is providing me the concatenation because it is considering that value as a string. So that's why I typecasted it to integer. Now this is Python 3.8. The same code runs in Python 2.7 as well. So here I've written the same line using the input function. I provided the input 3. I've written the second line, and where I'm trying to prompt user for the second value. The same function, it works in Python 2.7, the input function, and Python 3 as well. And then I printed, I entered the value 3 and 5, which summed up to 8. So this thing is working. Now let's try the second way that we discussed in here. The second way was you pass values as an argument to your file when you run it. So there's a package called sys package in Python, and we will be using that package to accomplish this. So import sys, and then this is how we normally run. Like we'll run it like Python test.py, and we'll provide some argument, like if you want to sum up 1 and 2, then we'll provide it like this. So this first file name, that is considered as zeroth argument at 0 index, and this is considered as argument as at first index, and this is considered as argument at second index. So if we want to capture this one, then we have to write something called sys.argv, and then this is coming into our first index, so we'll write this, and let's save it into a variable called num1. And similarly we want to catch the second argument, so we will be writing here argv2, and then this will capture our second variable, which is like 2 value, and then we can sum up these. So sum value is equal to, let's print out the sum value just to see. Now if you want to like confirm this thing, I'll confirm it for you that in argv0 this particular thing is coming as a value, so I'll just print something, print, suppose I call it arg, which is argument 1, and we want to print out what's coming in the 0th argument. So this, so let's check that as well. Actually this is technically our argument 0, so I have corrected it to argument 0. Now I have saved the code, and let's try to run this code in our Python 3.8 first, and then Python 2.7. So to run this code I need to move to this path first where my test.py is present. So this is the path. Then I'll run Python and test.py, and let's put argument as 7 and 3. So this is argv0, this is argv1, this is argv2. Let's run it and see. So argv0 that we wanted to print, it's test.py, which is fine, and the total summation of 7 and 3 is coming as 10, so this works. I'll also run it in Python 2. Open terminal. This is Python 2. We'll have to go to the same path, so let me copy the same path in here and let's paste it, and then let's run Python, and let's this time give it like some 6 Python, and then sorry, the file name that we want to run, and then the argument, suppose 6 and 7. So argument 0, our 0th argument is test.py, and the sum is, now we already know what is argument 0, what is argument 1, and what is argument 2. Let's just save it without that print statement. Let's run it again. So the answer is 13. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more such videos.